Canterbury Civil Defence Controller John Mackey's with me now. Hi, John.
Good morning.
What's your situation right now?
Well, right now we're in a bit of a holding pattern. So we've evacuated all of those coastal communities on the east coast. There's about 20,000 people there that have been asked to move to higher ground or further inland. And so that's taken place. We have some cordons in place. And even though the tsunami threat has been downgraded to 1 to 3 meters rather than the 3 to 5 that we had earlier, we're still holding those cordons tight. It's not safe to go home just yet until we get the clearance from the National Civil Defence Emergency Management Office that it's all good to go. But if people we'll publish some maps on our website and on the social media, and they've been shown on television, that if you live in an area outside the grey shaded evacuation zones, you can actually go home, provided you don't need to go through a cordon to get there. Right,
and so that's available on your website?
That's correct.
All right, so you can direct people to that, because we had the downgrading of the tsunami a little earlier. Is it consistent with what you're saying, that there's a marine and beach threat for the east coast of New Zealand, from East Cape to Southland, and the Kapiti Coast and Tasman Bay, Marlborough Sounds?
That's right. So I think from south of Banks Peninsula, that's been sort of walked back, but we're still holding that coastal marine area. So it's that little stretch of land. So if you live outside that area that's shaded on the maps, then you're good to return. And but if you're in the greyed area, we just ask that you stay where you are for the time being until we come back with a further update from National Office.
And so 20,000 people is an awful lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
Where have they all gone?
Well, I came down when I was coming in this morning. When I got the call, there was already the sirens were off just after 2 a.m. and there was quite busy traffic on the road, all heading west or heading up Cashmere Hills and moving to relatives and friends. So there was quite a big migration, and we've got to remember that there will be quite a migration once the alert comes off. We've just got to manage the flow of traffic back into those areas. So we'll try and do that as systematically as we possibly can. We'll have people out there, contractors, just doing the traffic control to make sure that happens smoothly.
Right. Dawn has broken now, and so you'll be having a look around, and what can you see?
Yes, no, we've had a look at their infrastructure. Our people have been out through the night. We are very fortunate. Unlike Kaikoura, we have had no infrastructure damage, so the roads and bridges are in good shape. Water supply, wastewater, all working. Reservoirs appear fine. So there's no risk to drinking water or wastewater.
So you're obviously things are better than they might have been. Can we say that?
Yes, I believe that. In the 5 years of the rebuild program and the skirt work, we're actually in a far more resilient situation than we were previously. So the networks have held up very well.
All right, thank you, John. John Mackey, Canterbury Civil Defence Controller.